Hey, Peyton, good to see you. I guess for you in the offseason, when you heard that Coach Tucker was bringing in a grad transfer, what was your initial thought on that? And then being in the midst of a competition right now, how do you embrace that? How do you use that to push yourself to get better, like Coach Tucker said?
I think that the competition brings out the best in a lot of guys, and you got a decision to make when a guy's coming in like that, and how you're going to respond to it. And I think that you got to respond to it in a certain way, and you just got to put your head down and work. And I feel like that's what I've been doing lately, and got to keep showing up every day and improve yourself every day.
And as a follow to that, how much this having this spring, how much do you feel the experience that you got in the fall helped prepare you for what you guys have right now and are trying to do?
Yeah, I think the experience in the fall and getting out there helped a lot. I wish we could have got that last game against Maryland as another game under my belt, but it's helped a lot, and I feel like I'm a lot better player than I was in the fall. This is my first spring ball since I've been up here, and I feel like it's already. I think we're 6 practices in or something like that, and I think that it's already paying off, and I've been excited to get moving here with spring ball.
Next question will go to Rico Cooney with Spartan Magazine.
Hey, Peyton, good afternoon. Hey, can you talk a little bit about developing yourself? I asked Coach to give his evaluation of how you've started off the spring. So I want to give you a chance to give a little self-evaluation about how you're progressing and what you need to take up another notch in your development.
I'm feeling really good with our offense right now, just mentally. I felt good about it last year, but now we've simplified things a little bit, put in a couple new wrinkles, and I'm feeling really good about just knowing the offense and knowing where to go with the ball. I think that just the pocket presence thing has improved already, and getting to check downs and stuff like that, and just getting through your reads quicker, I think has been positive so far in the spring. I got to keep working at that, and not forcing the ball in anywhere, and just making good decisions and working my way through the pocket, because the guys on Sundays, they're fantastic in the pocket, and I think that if you can deliver the ball from small spaces, that helps a ton.
So in that regard, then, have you taken a small jump, a big jump? Where are you at as far as that meter?
I would have to take a step back and really look at that and look overall at everything. But we're only a few practices in now. But, like I said, I feel a lot better about my game right now versus where it was in the fall. So whether that's big or small, I don't really know if that's up to me to decide. But, I feel better about my game right now than I did in the fall for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Next question from Matt Wenzel with M Live.
Hey, Peyton, I was wondering, you mentioned the experience you got last year. Big difference between those experiences, the 3 games where you came in when you're already trailing versus the start against Penn State where you get the, fresh slate. How much did that ability to get a whole game in your belt and to be in those situations kind of change your outlook going into year 2 with the competition?
Yeah, it was definitely nice to get that game under my belt and get my first start. It was a lot of fun playing at Penn State and getting the whole game to perform. Obviously, I wish we could have finished it in the second half and pulled out the win, but I think that definitely helped. And as I said before, I wish we could have got the Maryland game at the end of the year for another one. But that was a good experience getting to work with the guys throughout the week and just go through the details of things that the starting quarterback does. Some of those things you don't really get to do as the backup quarterback. And having that start, I was able to communicate with those guys throughout the week to really, get on the same tune on what we want to do on Saturday. And I think that helped for sure.
With you growing up around the game, obviously your dad, your grandpa, I've spent a lot of time in locker rooms as a kid watching this stuff. How much does seeing these quarterback competitions play out and how guys handled it? I mean, your dad's own experiences. How much does that kind of help shape your view and how you approach this and your outlook?
Yeah, obviously, between my father and grandfather, I've had some good advice on things, and just from a coach's perspective, what they're looking for. So I think that's definitely helped. And I think the biggest thing is just being myself. I feel like if I just am myself, then things are going to go well. And people can see when you're trying to be something that you're not. And that's definitely something that you can see as in a teammate. So I'm just focused on playing my game and improving every day with my game, and just being myself out there and having fun every day and working my tail off.
Thanks, Payton.
Our next question will go to Lindsey Huddleston.
Hey, Payton, somewhat of a follow-up of the previous questions. I like how you compare yourself to the NFL quarterbacks in that standard. But how do you balance having the ambition to play on Sunday and be a great Big Ten quarterback with having a crowded quarterback room where you have to also look at the competition part too?
Yeah, like I said, I'm comparing myself against myself, and I think that if you get caught up in the comparison game, you start to focus on the wrong things. And I'm just trying to get better every day with my play, and I think that that's the first step. And obviously, when you start talking about playing at the next level, you gotta slow down a little bit and worry about winning right now, because the guys that play on Sunday, most all of them were winners in college, and that's what I'm focused on is seeing how many wins we can get in the win column this upcoming year, and working for championships, because that's the standard here at Michigan State, and that's been implemented by the guys that have come before us, and it's our job to get us back there. And the past couple of years have not been good enough, and we know that, the fans know that, and that's our focus, is getting back there.
Sure. And really quick follow-up, not to give away all your secrets, but what do you think, along with having some playing time before it gives you somewhat of an edge going forward?
Yeah, having that last year under my belt, and getting to learn the offense last year and have all the the base stuff down, I'm feeling good about that. And then moving forward this year with the new stuff that we're putting in, that's just adding on to what I already had mentally last year. So I think that just keep moving forward with that and keep sharpening up mentally is a big advantage.
Got it. Thank you.
Looks like our last question will go to Stephen Brooks with 24/7 Sports.
Hey, Peyton. My Wi-Fi has been pretty bad here, so hopefully I can make it through this. And sorry if you've been asked any of these before. When last season ends and you go into the off-season mode and you sort of review your own season and everything, and you talk now, just about being a much better player in the fall. What were your off-season priorities, just personally as a quarterback? Like, what were some things you identified that you really wanted to get better at?
Definitely stepping up through the pocket is one. I talked to Coach Tucker about that last year. Just the pocket presence thing was one thing. Putting a little bit of weight on is another thing. I want to be able to run the ball effectively when I need to, and adding a few extra pounds helps with that. And then, getting stronger, getting faster, those base things that everybody focuses on is definitely big. And it's been great getting an off season in with our strength staff. They're some of the best in the business for sure. And, not having to work out at home in your garage is a lot better working out here with those guys. So I think it's been a good off season so far. We love working out with our strength staff, and, I definitely we're seeing gains for sure, strength wise and speed wise. So that's been a big positive.
Got it. I also wanted to ask you about Anthony coming in. I know you talked about it a little bit at the top. Coach Tucker, Coach Johnson have mentioned, the point of bringing a guy like that in is to raise the level of competition. So are you feeling that? I mean, how can you sort of describe the level of competition, the competitive spirit in that quarterback room right now, and what has him coming in done to change that, I guess, if anything, that you've noticed?
Yeah, I mean, there's competition, obviously. But like I said before, you got to show up every day expecting to compete with whoever's in the room. And really, you compete with yourself, too. Because if you feel like you're going the wrong way, then something's wrong. So you should always be competing and proving your teammates and your coaches that you're a good player, And I heard Tom Brady say one time that he, shows up every day to prove himself still to this day. And you got to show up every day. If the greatest quarterback ever is saying that, then, no matter who you are, you better be showing up every day to prove yourself to not only to your teammates, but also to yourself, and, show yourself that, I'm a good player and that you should be moving forward with confidence. So I definitely think that the competition is good, and we got competition at other positions as well. And the more competition, the better, because it brings out the best in guys.
Got it. Thank you, man.
Our last question, looks like we have one more from Rainer Saban of the Detroit Free Press.
Hey, Payton, you guys had one of the higher percentages of downfield throws in the Big Ten, and that may have been skewed by the Michigan game, but how much has that been an emphasis of Jay's during spring practice, kind of, focusing in on that and that being a sphere of focus for you guys?
Yeah, I think that's just part of our offense is, we got some goes, we got some posts, and, we got some guys that can run between Jalen Naylor, Jaden Reed, and then a couple other guys. You can get behind guys, and when you have the chance to take those shots, you got to take them, because the chunk plays are huge. If you look at the statistics of when you get an explosive play during a drive, and your chance of scoring goes up so much. So those are plays that you got to have, and you can't just inch the ball down the field all the time. You got to take some shots, and I don't know how much of an emphasis I'd say that we put on it, but it's just part of our offense, and when it's there, you got to take it. So that's all I got on that one.
Thanks.
All right, thanks, Payton. We really appreciate your time. We'll see you soon. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Thanks, Payton.